The key of H, for me, my last name's Hodge, so the key of Hodge, key of H, also in music, it only goes to G, so H was kind of the weird one. So I guess there is some sort of weird Hungarian minor I had friends tell me about, that they used H for a while, but I thought it looked really neat. It had a good continuum in the flow when you're looking for a logo. And basically it's a project where instead of working with other bands and collaborating, it's something that can come creatively just out of me. I've been in a lot of bands. For this project, for the Key of H, bringing this back was just a chance for me to take things that I've written over the years and do things I hadn't done before, like play the bass on it. I've never done that in other bands before. I mean, I did bongos, shaker tracks, guitars, electrics. Acoustic solos, I sang on some of the ones. Drums. So it was a lot of spectrum. I could really put the music together without having to, you know, in a musical relationship, you barter and come to grips with different compromises. And with this, I could just see the vision through to the end. And after a while of this, they started coming together really well, and it was bringing back all this old music that never got recorded, just got played or thought about. New riffs had to be added, things had to be cut, timings changed, all that stuff, modernize it. But they started turning out well, so I put up an ad on social media sites, and next thing you know, I got about 15, 16 singers that want to come over and audition, and I had the idea of, I wanted to not have one singer, or even two. I wanted to have as many singers as I could get to put a different vibe on different songs and just see where that could lead us.
I saw on Facebook he was advertising looking for vocalists to sing some of his songs for the Key of H, his new project that he's working on. And so I called Dallas up and asked him what it was all about, and he said, come on down and let's see if it works out. And I sang a song for him, and he said, yeah, let's do it. So he gave me a song to sing, and I sang the first song. The first one was No Regrets. No regrets, I can't go, I can't breathe, I can't live with disease.
My singing training has all been unmiked, so I have a lot of vocal training, and it's been a lot of stage work, but not with microphones, and so I wanted to get more practice with a mic and thought this would be a good opportunity to get that. And so I contacted Dallas, auditioned for him, and got involved in the project.
Well, actually, I was contacted by Dallas himself because a girlfriend of mine told him about me. So he messaged me, and it took me by surprise, and I thought it was pretty cool.
I've been here in Port Alberni for about 5.5 years, and I've been a singer-songwriter for most of that time here.
Dallas got me involved in the project, and I've always been interested in music. It's just something I've always wanted to do, and he said, if you want it, man, take a shot, and it was awesome. Very, very cool.
Yvette was the one who told me about the project, and she and I were good friends. We'd met through the Capitol Theatre, and we were doing some productions together there. So she told me about the project, and I thought it would be a nice hobby, something to do on the side.
We went to Polly's for karaoke, and I went up and sang Korn Here to Stay, and Ashleigh came up, dropped like a business card on the table and said, get a hold of this guy, he's looking for male vocalists. So that was on the Friday. Saturday, I go find him on Facebook because she didn't actually put a number down. So all I had was a name to go on. Found him on Facebook, messaged him on Facebook, and Sunday I came in to try out for it, and I was involved ever since. So I've actually been involved in this project since my first week living in Port Alberni.
They came over, we talked, I asked them to sing a little bit of something that meant something to them, and And we just talked music, talked shop, gave them a song or two to take home. They came back, see what they could do with it, keeping to the structure that I put out there, but of course allowing any sort of inspiration to hit them and little changes that they can make, to, you know, to make it cooler and make it fit their voice better. Did different styles of music, rock, metal, blues, reggae, everything I could think of. So it all started to coming together, and after that, the vocalists laid down their tracks on what was already finished songs. I finished completing the songs while vocalists were working on the early ones, and eventually we got to a place where it was all done, and then it was left to me in the studio to work with it with various programs to fix all the errors that come about when you do it yourself.
The art wasn't ready. Dallas was very disappointed and he didn't know what to do, and I said, well, you know, I draw a little. Maybe we could come up with something. Why don't we try? So we sat down that night and we started drawing some pictures, and he read me synopsises from the songs, told me stories about his vision, how he came up with the songs that he wrote, what was going on in his head when he wrote them. And so then I started to draw. As he's talking, I'm drawing. And then I finished the picture and I handed it to him, and he looked at the picture and he goes, yeah, you draw a little like I play a little guitar, is exactly what he said. And that was funny. He says, okay, do another. So then we didn't go to sleep that night. We drew and drew and drew. I don't know how many pictures we got done that night.
When she took over as the artist, all the visions I had of the characters that were in my head and all the scenarios that I tried my best to get out with the music, she started actually putting to print. I could see them. We reworked them and reworked them until they were exactly pretty much the vision or better. And now, instead of having, say, a logo we can make a t-shirt of, we've got 94 pictures. The two standouts on the album will be on the acoustic anthology. There are two anthems, and those are the ones where we have the full band singing together. So there's 8 vocalists singing over top of the music that I performed on there. Not Forgotten and Boston Strong.
We're all Boston strong, where fear don't belong. We're all Boston strong.
My favorite tracks were the ones that everybody sang together. It was really neat to see all the different voices blend together, and I enjoyed putting my voice in with the other ones and hearing how it sounded.
Well, this project brought me out of my comfort zone quite a bit. The songs were not necessarily in my range or not necessarily the style of music that I would normally sing. And actually, Make It Stop is my favorite. It's mostly screaming guitars. My vocals on it are deep, a nice low sound, and I just belted it in kind of a stage version of voice. And it's not something anyone would ever ask me to sing. You know, hey, Belinda, sing this thrash metal, but I really like how it turned out.
Well, Keeper of the Grove has got to be my favorite. It was the first one I did and still is my favorite.
The real 60s stuff, the stuff that sounds Pink Floyd and Doorsy, I really enjoy that vein.
Magic moments, they come again. In my heart, I've always known.
The stuff we heard tonight, 50s, 60s, 70s, it's a throwback. It's good soulful music. It's actually got meaning to it.
One of my favorites just by default would have to be This Gift.
Come child, I won't touch you. You'll be safe and warm. What brings you to this land?
It was the first song that I did when I came in to talk to Dallas and about doing the project.
My 3 favorite were definitely Kid Wretched, just for the fun of it, and True Love. And when we did Boston Strong together after the incident happened, that one definitely got me the most.
couldn't see myself not doing it, just hoping that that was the right vision and going to pursue it no matter what, at whatever cost, right? So started playing music, started playing in different bands, started writing, and yeah, that's basically the history of why there's a key of H in my life that is all about music. It just has to be. It's my expression. Simple as that.